the greatest live action adaptation of an anime has just dropped season 2 on Netflix. Hello motherfuckers, welcome back to my motherfucker channel. Today we will be getting into the finale of my review of the One Piece live actions with episodes 7 through 8 and my overall thoughts and the overall rating that I feel is deserving of the show. Parts 1 and 2 are already posted on my channel, but I will be combining these videos together and posting them on my compilation channel, which is Shanghai Productions. So go over there and check out the whole video there. But before I start, please like and subscribe. We are currently ranking the warlords on my channel. Well, I had to put a pause on it so I can get through this One Piece live action video. So go check those out if you want. But let's get into this review. Episode 7, Reindeer Shames, with a runtime of an hour. A solid hour. Now we start off with Chopper's backstory in this episode, and the people of Drum Island look at him as if he is a monster. And now I already talked about it in part 2 of this series, but I'm gonna get more into it in this video because this is where Chopper is really present. But he looks amazing. Like the critiques that people have about Chopper, you know, nothing is perfect in this world, okay, let's just be real, but Chopper looks so good. And I'm on that bandwagon where people think, you know, nowadays CGI and stuff, it just looks terrible, and I agree. But with Chopper, I don't even know if it's CGI because I was looking at him like, okay, it's not real, but it's just a step under of being real and way far away from being like Uncanny Valley vibes. I just think that he looks great. The voice actor sounds great for Chopper. It works. And that's just one of the main words that I'm using for this review of this live action. Everything just works. And then we are introduced into Dr. Hiraluk, and I blown away. He works this character to the bone. He is so good at portraying these emotions that you really need, because this backstory in the source material is so good and heartwarming, and you just feel it, you know? And I think it came off so well because of this actor. Dr. Hiraluk he really chewed this role up, like, for real. Very much pouring his soul into this character, and very much a standout character for me. Like, not even character, just acting roles here. He is great. He's a great actor. Taking Chopper in, and, you know, basically was really Chopper's first friend, but he was more like a father figure, you know? Teaching him about pirates and wills and death and medicine and dreams. It really came to life. For some reason, this flashback hit me so hard, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to sound like one of those people, but it low-key hit me harder than it did in the anime and the manga. I'm sorry. So first of all, I am a reader, like I like reading, but like sometimes the emotions just don't come through for me personally. And in the anime, of course, I was definitely more attached to it and felt for Chopper, but for some reason, seeing these characters brought to life is different. Okay, I was just like, fuck, eyes watering the entire time. But Dr. Hiraluk is sick, and Chopper thinks that if he goes out and finds this all-curing mushroom, the magic mushroom, which I just want to say is Chopper's devil fruit, okay? I have a video coming out very soon about the Straw Hats' next buffs and what they need to really complete the story of One Piece. Just to stand strong next to an already broken captain. We'll get into it soon. But the mushroom is poisonous, and Hiraluk knows this, but he eats it anyway because he already knows his fate and that he will be dying very soon. Which led him to go up to Wapol's castle and basically sacrifice himself, letting people know his standout words about death and how a man doesn't die until he's forgotten and all this stuff. It's moving. He really moves each scene that he was doing, and oh my god, it gave me more respect for this whole arc. Okay, in the end, Dr. Hairluck has basically achieved what he was trying to achieve for a long time, finishing his serum in order to heal the kingdom of Drum. Now, Dr. Kureha takes Chopper in and, you know, teaches him all her knowings of medicine and stuff like that. That's why Chopper is such a great doctor nowadays. And this story moves Luffy so much that he goes and hangs up Dr. Hairluck's flag, his Jolly Roger. And once again, it was really this episode. Like, each scene just like not got deeper and deeper, but it just was a solid, steady, emotional episode. Like, that's all I can explain it. And that ends the episode. And one more time, let me say it one more time. Everything in this episode moved me. Like, I was glued to my screen the whole episode. By far the most emotional episode of the season. Dare I say the series. I was fucking moved. And Dr. Hairluck really, really carries for this episode. But not only that, backstories can sometimes be, you know, boring or uninteresting. This was the 100% complete opposite of just that. I'm being reintroduced into characters and somehow falling more in love with them. It's a job well done. And I'm gonna give this episode an easy 9.8. Outside of the action episodes, of course, this is my favorite episode. It's such a good adaptation of Chopper's backstory, and really it came across natural and authentic. I respect it so much. This was such a good episode. And we move off into episode 8, Dear and Loathing in Drum Kingdom, with a runtime of 1 hour and 3 minutes. This is the finale of the season. Now, I want to start off here with the interior of the Drum Castle. Oh my gosh, I've been talking about it throughout these videos, just how good the sets look. But this one, oh my god, there's just something so like messy about it. The only way I can like explain it is like the Harry Potter movies. Like, inside of each room, it just feels like its own little thing, its own little nook, and it has just all these tchotchkes laying all around the place, and it just feels so like I could be there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is too clean or precise. I like that. I like it a lot. I don't know why, but I really like that. Now, the lead up to this Wapol fight, I was here for it. On the edge of my seat throughout the whole couple episodes that he was appearing in here and there. And the showcase for his devil fruit powers was goofy, okay? But that is a good thing. That is what One Piece is. It's goofy in the anime, it's goofy in the manga, it's goofy in live action, and I respect it. I respect how they fucking did it. And Sanji and Chopper versus Wapol's underlings, it was fun, okay? It wasn't everything, but it was cool. I do like seeing Chopper fighting, though, I will say that. And speaking of Chopper, this is one of my big critiques of this season episodes. My biggest, I feel like I don't like his heavy point. I don't like the way it looks. It was hard to look at. I know what I just said about One Piece being goofy and that really crosses over really well into the live action. This was just like, oof, like a bad oof. But I was still hyped about the whole situation because these are my Straw Hats. You know, I love the live action cast so much, and there's moments for sure, but most of the moments are great. Now, how the fuck did I forget that Dalton had a devil fruit? I remember it in the anime now after watching it, but like when I seen him transform, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And it just shocked me. It kind of shocked me, and it looked good. That's the thing. Chopper's heavy point didn't look good. This, however, this transformation looked good to me. And Zoro had his, you know, little moments. Nothing crazy, which is shocking to me. because this is the finale. Now, Vivi's moment with Wapol giving her little speech or whatever, it was moving. It's building this character in such a well-rounded way and building that anticipation for when we get to Alabasta. Now, for the actual fight itself, I'm not gonna lie, it left me a bit disappointed. Now, it was satisfying and like, yes, worthy when we seen Wapol get punched through the window of the castle. I liked that, okay? But I wanted more. This is another one of my critiques that I have so far. It's just, they could have done more with it, more action from Luffy. I feel like he barely fought throughout the entire season, which isn't a bad thing, but I just want, when he does fight, go all out. You know? Now that Wapol is defeated, Luffy asks Chopper to join his crew. Though reluctant at first, he accepts the offer. And then Chopper goes and tells Dr. Kureha about this, and this moment right here is a standout moment for me. I don't know what it is about baby Chopper, but he gets me every single time. I'm just like, that's my son. That's my son. And they begin to leave Drum Island, and the moon scene where they were crossing over the moon looks so sickening, you know, and it really ties this whole plot together for Chopper growing, you know what I'm saying? He's carrying his friends to the Mary, and I don't know, it's good. And as they are leaving, Dr. Kureha shoots a cannon full of Dr. Hiruluk's serum, healing Drum Island in the process. And once again, this moved me, honestly, personally, because in the anime, that was my favorite part of this whole Drum Island experience. And it moved me even more. I'm gonna say it. It moved me even more in the live action because I just felt like I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really very much captivating. It was gorgeous. Love to see it. And you get the iconic Chopper crying scene, which I've probably said moving 50 times in this video, but so moving. Like, it makes me love Chopper even more. I don't know. And as the beautiful cherry blossoms are falling, Dr. Kureha talks about the D and Goldie Roger and Wills and stuff. It's moving. They really went in for the emotional side of this finale, and I was hooked. They captivated me. And once again, this builds up the story of One Piece. What do you mean the will of D? What do you mean Gold Roger had a D? You know what I'm saying? When you first seen that or watched that in the anime or the manga, it was like, whoa to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I would think people would feel if they're watching this for the first time in the live action. I think it came across great. And they end up sailing off to Alabasta, which is just, it's satisfying that we're getting somewhere, you know? With more crew shenanigans, like I said, I really look forward to this with this cast because it doesn't come across as forced or unnatural. It feels just like you're a part of it almost, you know? Making Chopper feel safe and welcomed. I loved this so much. Now, the episode ends off with the introduction to Crocodile. Oh my god. I was so hyped for this. I don't know. I guess this is just how Marvel fans feel when they like watch an Avengers movie. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, fuck, that's Crocodile. And he was giving Crocodile the aura. The aura was spilling off the page. And you know what's crazy for me? After doing my Warlord series I did the Crocodile video, it made me respect Crocodile even more, and like I looked at him a lot deeper. So I really started to like Crocodile because before that I was just really not like a not fan, but like I was just like mid-tier with it, you know? But I love Crocodile, and I cannot wait to see what he brings in season 3. And I'm gonna give the finale of One Piece season 2 live action a solid 9. Okay, although there were a few things that I was a bit disappointed by, Luffy versus Wapol and Chopper's heavy points, I still liked it. You know, I was still hooked because there's a story here. Although I know the story, I want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? They still got their point across, and I can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? It's satisfying. Now, before I get into the overall rating that I feel for this season, I'm going to get into my overall review real quick. Now, although there were absolutely some downs, there were way more ups in this season. Let's start from the character introductions. Robin, Dory, Bragi, Wapol, Vivi, Dr. Hiraluk, Dr. Kareha, Crocodile, Chopper. So many drops this season that you just, if something was like, ooh, like it made you look at it twice, you still were captivated because there's just so many drops. Not to mention the Baroque Works characters as well. Shout out to them. They did amazing jobs. But that's my point right there. Every single character that they introduced this season did such a good acting job. Round of applause for the whole cast. But then you get into the devil fruit effects. Everyone looked good. When Chopper turned into a little deer, not heavy point, it was satisfying. It was good. Wapol looked good. Robin stood out, absolutely. But my favorite was Smoker. I love the way that looked. It was very satisfyingly, aesthetically pleasing. Now the sets, I've been saying it throughout these all these videos, that they just felt real. And the word I like to use is cozy. And I don't know why, because I feel like I could take a nap in like all these places. The sword shop on Log Town, the Crocodile's room, you know, where he was, amazing. The interior of the castle, great. It's just, things really stood out. The crossover to the real world for One Piece is working. Everything feels majestic and magical, even, I would say. Really bringing that madness and goofiness and weirdness alive in the best way possible. I wouldn't want it done any other way, personally. Now let's get into the overall rating of this season. If you take the score of each episode that I came up with myself and do a little, you know, math. I don't know much, but I do know a little math. You get a solid score of 9.15. And it makes sense. You know, there's definitely things that are like, ooh, you know, you like miss out on it or whatever. But overall, they hit every major plot point, and it doesn't feel off at all. And it doesn't feel rushed either. You know what I'm saying? It's like from episode 1 of season 1 all the way to episode 8 in season 2. That is 93 episodes and like over 100 chapters of One Piece crammed into 16 episodes, but it doesn't feel crammed. It feels digestible in the best way possible. And I just want to say, it feels really good to be a One Piece fan right now. It really does. I feel like they're really taking care of our series that we just adore and love so much. And my one statement I have for this live action is, I like it, okay? I want to know what you think of the live action. Now that I've completed it personally, I want to know how you feel about this live action. Like, what's your ups and your down? What's one up and what's one down? My up is the casting. They all do the role so well. My down is Chopper's heavy point. It's hard. And I cannot wait for season 3, really season 4, because season 4 would be Skypiea, and Skypiea is one of my favorite One Piece arcs. So I really can't wait for that. And like I said, go check out my Warlord series. I dropped a theory video that coincides with my ranking of the Warlords, so go check those out. Go watch One Piece, the live action on Netflix. It's out right now, all 8 episodes. And yeah, it was peak for me, peak. I loved it. But I guess that's it. Make sure you like, subscribe. Bye, motherfuckers.